again. I'm working with what's in my pocket in my kitchen to produce a fast, easy meal on a budget. And today I'm making a Pollo a la Braza, which is a Peruvian style rotisserie chicken with oven baked french fries and a cilantro lime cucumber vinaigrette. So I have a roasting rack here. It's very important when you're roasting chicken to have a roasting pan with slots in it. You want all the drippings of the juice to drip down into the pan and not make the meat very moist or very juicy. You want the skin to get really crispy in the oven. And I don't have a rotisserie machine, so I use this. So I have some chicken here. I just rinsed it and dried it. Let me wash my hands before I work with it. And I'm just gonna take each piece and line it up on the rack. And we're gonna season it first, and then we're gonna add the little spice and extra Peruvian seasoning to it so you can get those extra flavors on the outside. A lot of recipes will call for putting all the seasonings and everything together like a paste or like a rub and rubbing it into the meat. Not me. I season my meat first and then I do my rub. I want to make sure the seasons are incorporated into the meat, not just into the rub. So I'm going to add some salt. And pepper. I have a little cumin. Little cumin goes a long way. You want to get the outside of that skin nice and seasoned. All those flavors incorporated into the meat. A little onion and garlic powder. I can smell all the seasonings already. Now, I have Amarillo Paste, Aji Amarillo Paste. I use this a lot in ceviche bars and in other kinds of cookings when I want to use spicy stuff. And Aji Amarillo Paste is just ground up yellow spicy peppers. So the problem with spicy peppers and spicy things is that you don't want to put too much into the food. So I'm going to use my little bowl and portion out the spice. Then I have a little Sazon Goya. I'm making my rub now with this. And the Sazon Goya I use a lot. I made a Sazon chicken in one of my videos. It's very good seasoning. You can use it instead of chicken, a bouillon for seasonings or soups. And you can find it in your Latin markets. So I put 1 packet of that into my rub mixture. I'm going to put a little oil because we do want the meat to have a little bit of oil in it. And I'm going to do some cilantro. Cilantro is very popular in Latin cooking. A little goes a long way. You don't want to overpower the flavors. And let's mix that up. And taste. Oh yeah, that's good. That's got a kick to it. So like I said, it's really good to portion out your rub before you put it onto your chicken. So I'm just going to add a little bit for a little kick. And that's going to be our rub for the chicken. So all we're going to do is rub everything together. And make sure that all of the seasoning gets rubbed into the skin of the meat so that when it gets nice and crispy in the oven, it gets all that flavor. I can smell all the fresh cilantro, all of that spicy ají and that sazon and all the garlic and cumin. It smells delicious. All right, so now we're ready to put it in the oven. You want it at a high oven, about 400 to 425. You want the skin to get nice and crispy and the chicken to start roasting in the oven. And this is what it looks like. Good home cooking, and just in a matter of minutes. So this is going into roast. Now we're gonna make oven-baked French fries. French fries are awesome, but I don't like to use a lot of grease when I'm cooking or a lot of oil or fat. So I decided to do oven-baked French fries instead of fry them. Very simple. I'm just gonna add a little oil. You want them to cook and crispen up in the oven. So what you need to do first is soak them in water. You cut up the potatoes, soak them in water, and you have to dry them. Otherwise, they're gonna get really mushy in the oven and they won't be French fries, they'll be mashed potatoes. So I'm gonna use a little seasoning salt. I love to use seasoning salt for my French fries and my potatoes, roasted potatoes. Pepper. And paprika for a little color. And some Italian seasoning. It gives it a nice earthy flavor with all those dried herbs. It really complements the potatoes. And these are great for breakfast too. So we're just going to toss them. And you want to lay them out onto the pan individually. You don't want to overcrowd them, otherwise they won't cook and brown. And we're going to cook this at a high heat as well. So it's a good thing we have the oven at 425 because we want this to crispen up too. And in about 30 minutes, we're going to see how they're doing and turn them over if they need to be turned over. All right, so here's our oven-baked French fries. They look delicious. These are gonna go in the oven, easy, fast home cooking. So I got my potatoes in the oven. I got my chicken going. Now we have a salad. I'm gonna make a cilantro, lime, cucumber vinaigrette for my mixed green salad. And here's how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna use the yogurt that I had in my fridge, just plain yogurt. I like to use yogurt for breakfast. Fruit is really good to have with yogurt. You can do anything with yogurt. You don't just have to use it for breakfast. I'm gonna put it in my salad dressing. And I wanna give it a little bit of fat. The yogurt gives it a creaminess, but the mayonnaise will give it a little bit of fat. And I like to go to the store sometimes and get these baby cucumbers. They're really good and small and easy to use. You can throw them in salads or eat them like this with hummus or any kind of snack. They're really good. So I'm just going to throw a small cucumber in there, a little lime. You could chop everything up, but I want to blend it to make sure all the flavors get incorporated. And some cilantro, of course. It's not a cilantro lime vinaigrette unless you have cilantro. Pollo a la Braza is one of my favorite things to eat. In Peru they have these things called pollerias. And you can go and they're strictly made for making rotisserie chicken and French fries and salad. That's all they make. It's delicious. So, salt, pepper. And a little extra virgin olive oil, just to give it a light texture so it's not too thick. We're going to blend that up. If this was plugged in, haha. All right, let's taste it. delicious. It's got the lime, the salt, the pepper. You can taste the freshness from the cucumber and that creaminess from the yogurt. Really good. So I got my chicken in the oven. My french fries are going. I got some greens here, tomatoes, and an avocado for my fridge. I'm going to make a basic mixed green salad with my dressing. Check back for part 2 to see how everything turned out. We'll see you in a minute. Bye.